Okay, you know the people? A ver. Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
How would you describe your experience in Oaxaca?
It was by far one of the greatest experiences in Mexico that I've had, ever.
Meet Danny and Sandra. They are both from Mexico, currently living in San Francisco, California. They are a couple and together have a daughter named Emma and a dog named Luna. Hence the name to their company, Emma Luna. With Emma Luna, they wanted to create a sustainable company that would help artisans from their native country of Mexico by showcasing their stories told through the pieces of clothes and art that these artisans create. They want to make a connection, to build a community of support and appreciation to the ancient art and its artisans, and to employ them. They want to bridge the gap by bringing into light the work that these artists create every day. These artists are brave, hardworking men and women who not only love what they do, but love who they are. So the goal for Emma Luna is to inspire respect and admiration for their craft. This is not only the story of Emma Luna itself, but the story of the people they met, the culture they witnessed, the landscapes they saw, the food they tasted, and the overall experience they had when they visited the state of Oaxaca in Mexico. Oh, I forgot to mention her. Well, that's me. My name is Abril. I was also there. And I'll be the one telling the story. Oaxaca City is the capital city of the state of Oaxaca, which was the place where most of the time was spent. It's located in the south of Mexico, about a 7-hour drive from Mexico City. It's always good to visit Oaxaca, a city recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Oaxaca is one of the cities where all the historical periods of Mexico shine. Pre-Hispanic, colonial, independent, modern, and contemporary are expressed with its natural elegance in every street, colonial building, magical festival, colorful crafts, and the many splendorous Baroque churches that are to be found in every corner of the city.
We just went to the beautiful Church of Santo Domingo, and it was quite an amazing place. Really nice. We really liked it.
The first couple of days were all about immersing ourselves into the culture, into their everyday life, walking around the streets, visiting markets, churches, and witnessing dances and festivals around every corner of this magical city.
Really beautiful town. First time here.
We witnessed a quinceañera.
Yeah.
And that was fun because they come out of the church and they have like a mini party before the party, and then we walked around for a little bit, and it's so lively around here that everywhere you look, there's someone to say hi to, something to buy, something to watch. So we were walking around, and then we stumbled upon
a wedding.
A wedding.
They were just coming out of the church, and they also had a live band, and then they had a big parade.
Yeah, they paraded
Everybody
through
just
town.
partied, and you'll get to see it on the clips. But
They do it right.
It's amazing. It was really cool. We felt part of the actual ceremony as well.
No wonder the people here are so inspired and passionate of what they do. So we wanted to be inspired ourselves. We were in awe of everything we were witnessing and got to see how the locals live like, and also what tourists come to visit.
Day 2 in Oaxaca, and we are on our way to a couple of very beautiful places here in Oaxaca. We got up around 7:30. The tour picked us up at 9. We're on our way to have breakfast first and then go to this beautiful natural spring. So we're gonna go check it out and do some exploring. Be amazed, I'm sure.
This place called Hierve el Agua, which means water boils, is 70 kilometers east of Oaxaca City. This natural phenomenon is a set of petrified waterfalls and is one of only 2 like it in the world. It became a very special place, not only because of its natural beauty. It was a place where Danny proposed. So far, Oaxaca was amazing, and in the first couple of days we were really inspired. But it was time to meet the artisans. In the state of Oaxaca, there are 8 regions, and each one is distinguished by the certain elaboration of textiles and embroidery. Some of the work that is done is made in blanket, waist loom, and petal loom. While in Oaxaca, we were able to visit some families who are stellar artisans from the region of Valles Centrales.
Antonino.
See more of the artist.
So the very first family that we went to go see, it was in San Antonino, which is like 45 minutes away from Oaxaca, the capital. And yeah, it was a family of
four generations that have been creating beautiful clothing for men and women. A variety of stuff. It was dresses, shirts, all handmade.
Yeah.
Mi nombre es Antonina Cornelio Sánchez, soy artesana de la heroica villa de San Antonino Castillo Velasco, orgullosamente. Soy la tercera generación de la familia del cual portamos y hacemos todo tipo de trabajos que es el vestido bordado San Antonino.
These are to adorn little tequila or mezcal bottles, which are so tiny. This one, they're not for babies, they're for bottles. And there's also dresses. But these dresses each have at least 3 different kinds of work on them. So there's this one, there's the crochet, and there's also the typical make me if you can, hazme si puedes. And then this is deshilado as well. As you can see, they take pieces from the raw material out, and then they come in with this black and they outline it.
The most simplest shirt takes about a month to make, and the most elaborate dress takes over a year. We're super amazed of the hard work that goes in each and every garment that they make.
Yeah. Yesterday we were able to go to visit a couple of families who depend on the fruit of their hands in order to sustain themselves.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Inés Navarro Gómez, somos originarias de la comunidad de Santo Tomás Jaliesa, nos dedicamos a hacer artesanías en telar de cintura. Ella es mi mamá, se llama Mariana, ella Margarita, mi hermana, en total somos 7 personas viviendo acá en casa, trabajando el telar de cintura. Hacemos desde centros de mesa, mantelitos individuales, bolsas de diferentes tamaños, esquemet, fajas tradicionales, en fin, variedad de bolsitas. Y en la mano ahorita tengo una faja tradicional donde le hacemos diferentes dibujos. Este es el danzante, el guajolote, conejo con guitarra, la señora con su canasto, la flor de piña, las 4 granadas y la estrella. Este es el búho y la flor de peine. Tenemos como más de 100 dibujos sin repetir. Entonces, al sentarse a tejer, con pensar en el dibujo que vayamos a hacer, lo mencionamos y los dedos empiezan a mover los hilos y lo recordamos.
They sit on the ground and then they strap themselves to what they're making, and then they attach it to a tree and they work that way.
Yeah.
It sounds funny, but once you see it, it'll make sense.
They make these elaborate belts.
The belts
some belts take months up to years
Yeah.
in the making,
Yeah.
and their work is all done by memory and how they feel that
Oh, yeah.
morning. So it's very, very interesting how that she was telling us that when they wake up in the morning, if they're not feeling good about it, they sometimes don't even sew because of the fact that the whole artistry of the belt is not going to come out proper
Right.
or the way they want it.
Vienen variando en los dibujos dependiendo de quién lo hace, porque como somos varias, como le digo, entonces cada quien decide hacer el dibujo que quiere.
It's very neat to see,
So
just how they go off of like what they remember. It's very interesting.
it was beautiful, and
Yeah.
it's a very, very ancient way of sewing.
gosh,
This family,
pre-Hispanic.
pre-Hispanic. Getting to see this, the culture, and how many things we don't realize Mexico has to offer. So we were really excited. It was a
Yeah.
big treat for us.
And
to
everyone is
see
very
this.
hospitable. Everyone is like very
Super nice.
welcoming into their homes,
Yeah.
because we went to, for both families, we went into their homes, we met their family, and they're very open
Yeah.
to us coming and seeing them.
It was
and
really cool.
It was amazing.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
The commute between towns were not that close to each other, so we had a lot of road ahead of us. Some roads had a little bit of traffic. And some of us would get sleepy.
Then after that, we went in search for another town, and they told us that they make really beautiful dresses over there. And
But-
unfortunately, the road was so hard to get up there that it was impossible. We're trying to get to a little town called San Vicente, but the roads are pretty bad. It looks like we're gonna have to cross the river. The driver and the guide are about to see if we're able to do so. If not, we're gonna have to go back and try to do it some other day.
And then we came home, and there was like a downpour.
Oaxaca, super rainy day. Very tired. We're probably gonna go change and go get something quick to eat dinner. Oh yeah, that monsoon
it was
crazy.
Yeah, it rained for like half an hour straight, but it poured. Like it poured, and there was like thunder, and there was lightning, and all of the streets became mini rivers. The hotel was
The
flooded.
hotel got flooded
in some areas.
so that's why we couldn't do the
Yeah.
interview after we got back home. It was mainly because it was a big storm.
Yeah, it was.
They hadn't seen this in years.
Yeah.
Everybody was super surprised. Also very happy that they got a lot of rain. It's raining at 10 p.m. in Oaxaca. We're excited about tomorrow. We'll be going to a bunch of other little towns to continue selecting a bunch of new clothing that San Francisco has never seen.
The next day, we went to different small towns around Oaxaca, with new sights to see, new people to meet, and of course, new artisans and works of art to admire.
We went over to a little magical town called Mitla.
The actual the town square looked like an old hacienda. It was beautiful with like a little gazebo, and the backdrop is a mountain, green, lush mountains.
It's so picturesque. It's small, beautiful, but there is an artistry market where all the artists bring in all their woven clothes,
Their textiles, their blouses, everything.
And it's just full of color, beautiful, and that's where we also went and handpicked a few items that we're gonna bring back to show everybody.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Verónica Ramírez Jiménez. Somos originarios del centro de Oaxaca. Mi esposo es del barrio de Xochimilco, es un barrio textilero. Ellos realizan, elaboran artículos en telar de pedal de 4 tablas. La materia prima que se utiliza en el taller es el algodón. Ahorita se están haciendo varios colaboraciones con diferentes artesanos.
Alfredo and his family, they are 4th generation cloth makers. They make all types of cloth from
Scratch.
Yeah, basically from scratch, but from all types of material.
Y se están experimentando nuevas fibras, como lo es el ixtle, el yute, el bambú, la seda. Son diferentes materias que se van adquiriendo con otros productores o de otras tiendas como Museo Textil, por ejemplo.
Some of the stuff that he makes
from bamboo, and this is from bamboo and organic cotton.
Really fine cotton.
Yes.
La prenda que tengo aquí es un quexquemel. Quexquemel es un vocablo náhuatl, significa prenda al cuello. Este está hecho en una base de algodón teñido con añil. Y la confección la hice yo.
They buy the raw material and create these beautiful pieces, and then they collaborate with other artists throughout the state of Oaxaca. We were very fortunate enough when we got there. There was one of the ladies he collaborates with, so he creates basically the cloths, all the textile material that these women use to sew things on it.
So one of the collaborators is a lady named Anacleta, who travels for about 8 hours to arrive to
8
that.
or 9 hours.
Yeah, depending on the road, depending on the weather, depending on if there's a strike or not, if you're able to access the roads, depending on all these factors, she comes down and she brings her embroideries, and then she either applies it to one of the textiles or she, sells them if it's a finished product, and then she gathers her supplies and she goes up the mountain up to her community, rural community again, and she has I think about 12 women, all related, that help her out with either some of the work or some of the embroidery that goes into these pieces.
Yo me llamo Anacleta Juárez Miranda, soy de San Bartolomé, Ayaucla, Oaxaca. Tengo un grupo allá, San Bartolomé, Ayaucla, que así familiar. Telar de cintura, pues sí es de más de 7 meses, 6 meses, pero se tarda porque es más laborioso, pues. Y así a mano con aguja, pues igual es laborioso también. Si se pierde un puntito, ya no sale la figura. Es trabajoso para hacer, por eso se tarda tantos meses. Este es telar de cintura, yo le metí en diseño antiguo, le metí costura maya. O sea, el diseño es un venado y otro venadita, que pues son un par de animalitos, pues la hembra y el macho. Pues ahorita yo ya tengo 61 años, pues ya tengo desde 10 años empecé a practicar. Gracias a mi abuelita, yo crecí sin mamá y mi madre falleció cuando tenía yo 1 año y medio. Y pues fue una abuelita, mi abuelita, mamá de mi papá, es que me enseñó este trabajo. Porque ellos así se vestía, pues ellos hacían sus prendas que se ponía ellos. Así fue mi historia.
She values her work so much that this is for her, it's her passion. And it was just amazing to be able to see that
Beautiful work, unique work, stuff that you will never find anywhere and will not ever be
She
duplicated.
still speaks her native tongue.
Yeah.
Like Spanish is her second tongue, her second
Yeah.
language, and her native tongue is Mazateco.
Buenos días, señor. Así. Ajá. Darina. Buenos días, señorita. Pues aquí tenemos dibujado una cabeza de venado con su cuerno y todo. Y estos pajaritos, pues ahí le andan sacando los liendres que le dicen, los animalitos que tienen los piojitos. Ajá. Piojo le dicen, pues tienen dos nombres, le dice liendre aquí en español y allá le decimos chionati. Mi lengua indígena es mazateca. Pues yo soy la valiente, mujer valiente que ando así, buscando el pan de cada día.
A lot of his stuff gets exposure through museums, galleries, because they're really beautiful pieces of art. Alfredo really right now is trying to open up the market so they understand how much work it takes to even creating the cloth that these beautiful dresses, these beautiful shawls, all of this stuff gets made with the additional artists that take control over the cloths.
We met one last family on this journey. It was completely different from what we'd seen so far.
Antes que nada quiero darles una bienvenida. Nosotros somos indígenas zapotecos y hablamos la lengua indígena, que es el zapoteco. Zaclechi. Tadakra stempi sinna jan yurtu, ne balla usted. Terika zongalo yuzei ni basando spengolo yurtu. Ta yunchi yunla, tiroski, ta joyo, ye balla, terika. Balla se yurtu ndibas.
And that's where we got our minds blown away. It was
Magical.
quite amazing. They do create magic, at least with textiles.
Yo soy Jacobo Mendoza Ruiz y ella es María Luisa Vázquez. Nosotros somos tejedores tradicionales y utilizamos telares de pedales y hacemos tejidos como que estamos mostrando ahorita. Es uno de ellos. Utilizamos productos vegetales para los colores.
First, they showed us the wool and all the materials, the cotton, everything that they do to create the string, to make all the threads that they use on all their pieces of art that they create.
So they truly are organic, self-sufficient from scratch.
Yeah, they just
laborers.
They just
So
make it.
They start with the raw material with the llama, for example, and
Llama
they
fur.
shave the llama and they take you through the whole process of washing it and curing it, and then they thread it. It was beautiful to watch her
Yeah.
actually literally thread
We'll have-
the wool into
a string. It
Yeah,
became
basically a
string out of cotton, basically. And then after that process, they brought us into this area where they create the dyes, the natural dyes that creates the colors that they make.
Yeah, and they
to
have
dye
a
all the
very,
string.
They have a very meticulous palette of colors that they use, and they go about explaining. I think there's 4 primary colors, and they show you the whole process of how all the dyes come to be. is the indigo.
Ooh, yeah.
The indigo, it's like just to get the dye itself, it's a process in itself. And then once you get the indigo, it's another process to dye it. So the way that you get the indigo, it's first green in the mixture, and once you take the yarn out, the indigo the green has to mix in with the oxygen, so it's breathing. And once it hits the oxygen, it turns from like an emerald jade green to a beautiful, dark, rich indigo. It's mind-blowing, just literally, I mean, you know, magical, actually.
They showed us that process, then they took us to where they actually create the tapestry that they make. They make beautiful shawls. They also make a lot of beautiful rugs from all types of strings and materials that they organically make there at their house. And they're also a fourth generation of tapestry makers, and it's only the family because their trade secrets that they would never give away.
Lo que tengo yo acá ahorita son unos rebocitos que son de algodones. Entonces nosotros lo compramos ya crudo, pero lo que hacemos acá, aquí lo pintamos. Entonces es la cochinilla, este es el cempasúchil y este es el anil.
Esta pieza es una pieza que hizo mi esposa. Le llevó 6 días de trabajo, una jornada de 10 horas diarias. Sí, y el material está hecho de lana de alpaca.
And they're just so excited to talk about their pieces of art, their way of life, and how they earn a living. Mm-hmm. And they're very, very proud of that. So I just can't talk enough of the beautiful culture and how passionate these people are. They were so welcoming that almost all the houses we go to, they give you tea or mezcal, which is what we're
not opposed to at all.
We really like now.
Yeah.
We enjoy it.
Yeah.
Everything that we're going and seeing it's very rare because it's a unique piece. It's one of a kind, and we're handpicking all of this as we go because we just get amazed and we feel like a lot of this stuff will resonate on anybody that starts wearing it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, each piece has a story. Each piece has its own unique way of being made. Each piece of clothing is an artwork in itself, a wearable artwork.
Cannot wait to bring all of these things that we're collecting all over the state of Oaxaca, to bring them to you guys so you guys could actually experience and see it, and maybe one day you guys will come and get to visit here too.
Do we fit in the truck?
Yeah, we do.
How much did you buy?
We still need to go pick up stuff. It's a really busy day.
Time to nap.
Just want to go home and
have a mezcal.
Mezcal.
And mezcal we had. Not only one or two, but a lot of it. To know what mezcal really is and how it is produced, we went to a town called Santiago Matatlan. which is the world capital of mezcal. Mezcal is a Mexican distilled alcoholic beverage. Like tequila, it is made from the agave plant, but while tequila is made from only one type of agave, the blue agave, mezcal can be made with many different varieties of agave, though the agave espadín is most frequently used. We learned that the agave is usually harvested when it is 7 or 8 years old. After that, the spines of the plant are cut off and the remaining hearts, called piñas, which means pineapples because of its resemblance to the fruit, are placed in a fire pit with river stones and covered with agave leaves and fiber straw mats, piled up and left to roast for 4 days. Roasting brings out the natural sugars of the agave. It is very sweet, and the tough fiber can be chewed then discarded. The roasted agave is then crushed at a special grinding mill with a stone wheel pulled by a horse or a mule, while a person using a pitchfork moves it around for better results. After the agave is crushed, it is placed in wooden barrels to ferment, and after several days, the distill process is next. The first distillation yields low-grade alcohol, and after the second distillation, the mezcal is blended to obtain a consistent grade of alcohol. Then, it is either bottled right away for a joven or blanco mezcal, or it is left to age in oak barrels for several months or years to create the mezcal reposado or añejo.
Well, we came to a place where they make mezcal, very traditional mezcal process here in Oaxaca. We're enjoying really good parrillada. It's a variety of different meats, and we're gonna see what this añejo mezcal tastes like. Very good, smooth, very delicious. Yeah, Emma.
¿Cuánto tiempo se hace el carro de México a
Okay. I wouldn't be able to tell you if it's smooth or not. It burns on the way down, so I think it's a good one.
After we ate some of the traditional and delicious Oaxacan food, we had to try some of the mezcal they had.
Which one did you choose?
After drinking all of these mezcales, I'm very happy to say that I picked El Madurado. It's a really smooth tequila, the mezcal. Oh boy. Just had a little too much mezcal, but it's really good. I recommend you guys come here. The food is delicious. It's aged in a glass barrel for about 8 years. Total 12 years to make. It's really good.
Pretty rare.
Gracias.
There's a famous saying about mezcal. Para todo mal mezcal, y para todo bien también. Which means, for everything bad mezcal, and for everything good as well. After knowing how mezcal is made and trying it, we wouldn't stop drinking it. And it was always the starter to the good nightlife Oaxaca has. In downtown Oaxaca City, we found this little bar called Los Amantes. It piqued our interest because of this gentleman playing the guitar. We went in, not knowing that getting out was a hard part. We tried a lot of mezcal, and had an amazing night, Mexican style. The bar had some very unique and creepy art. And we also left our mark.
It's a beautiful town. The downtown here is very lively. I think if anybody comes here, I think you won't be disappointed.
Or bored.
Or bored. Today's Sandra's birthday.
Oh.
And we wanted to give her a little cheers and say happy birthday, baby.
For Sandra's birthday, we had a couple things in mind. To see new places in the city of Oaxaca and to celebrate.
Happy birthday, dear Sandra. Happy birthday to you.
And celebrate we did. We are in the Hotel Quinta Real. It used to be a convent. It's from the 16th century. And in the part where we are specifically, the nuns would come and they would wash their clothes, and you can still see the remnants of the bowls where they would wash, where they would rinse out their clothing with looks like a pool of water in the middle. It's breathtaking. It really is breathtaking.
I can only imagine what it is in the nighttime. It's creepy, but it intrigues you. You want more, but it scares you. I mean, it's just you can't get enough of this place. Even if when you're here, you just can't get enough. Like, you want to go through all the chambers. You want to go through all the hallways.
And it's huge.
It's huge. And I can't. This used to be a convent, so it's like, a lot of religious ceremonies took place. A lot of people walked through these halls.
And it's right in the center of the city.
Yeah, it's right in the center of the city. It's guarded by huge murals, or like the walls itself of the establishment. So you can't really peek in until you go inside and you actually explore the place. Then that's when you find, all of this. But if you walk through it, you miss it.
We ate at Casa Oaxaca restaurant and had some amazing food. And as for every birthday celebration in Oaxaca, we needed some mezcal. And we knew just the place to go to. To have a whole Oaxacan experience, we also visited some places that were a must.
Bienvenidos a Santa María de El Tule.
"30 minutes away from Oaxaca City, we went to a small town called Santa María del Tule. This town is the home of a 2,000-year-old Montezuma cypress tree, known as El Árbol del Tule. This tree has the widest trunk of any other tree in the world, which has a circumference of 58 meters, equating to a diameter of 14 meters.
And likes it. Some breakfast today, café con chocolate, panecito. Looks delicious.
If you're ever in Oaxaca, you cannot miss visiting a couple of local markets. The markets in Oaxaca are a world in itself. You will find everything you expect and more. You can enjoy the colors of fruits and vegetables, the craftsmanship of local artisans, and of course, the smell and taste of fresh food.
Estamos en el mercado Benito Juárez. Ven nada más todos los colores que
While we visited the Mercado Morelos in the town of Ocotlán de Morelos, we encountered an incredible cook that not only served the best mole we tasted, but had an unbelievable resemblance to one of our most beloved artists, Frida Kahlo. Her name, Beatriz Vázquez.
Went to have lunch down at the local mercado. It was really good.
We saw
got
Frida
to
Kahlo.
meet an interesting cook. She's been in the business, or I guess the family's been cooking at that mercado for over 70 years almost. Her name is Doña Beatriz, but they call her Frida.
A ver, muéstralo.
These are 3 types of moles that they make. One mole is made out of beans. This other one is called coloradito, which is a little like spicier sauce. And this one is the almendra, which is made out of almond. We're gonna eat a couple of grasshoppers.
It's grasshoppers.
Alright. Tastes like chicken.
Yeah, just like chicken.
No, actually like dried fish.
Kentucky fried chicken.
Really good.
No other food we tasted was as good as hers.
After you finish the delicious meal, now we're gonna have a little discount.
And believe me, we tasted a lot of
A
food.
little tired, but now we're gonna go get some dinner at this place called Los Danzantes. So let's check it out, see how good the food is there.
Oaxaca is one of Mexico's major gastronomic centers, whose cuisine is known internationally. Well-known features of the cuisine include ingredients such as chocolate, Oaxacan cheese, mezcal of course, grasshoppers, with dishes such as tlayudas, and notable varieties of mole sauce, to name a few. And we enjoyed lots of food. From fancy restaurants to more traditional homemade dishes. And of course, street food. And in our last moments in Oaxaca, we encountered this amazing place by accident called Alhóndiga Reforma. It was like a little food market with a variety of booths, from the traditional Oaxacan cuisine to a little more contemporary. We had the most delicious pizza and cocktails there. And to top it all off, there was a small chocolate museum with some tastings included.
Viene siendo la pura cascarilla. Only the shell of the cacao plant, basically this. Right here. And they make it also into a tea. Apparently it has a lot of antioxidants and it's really good actually. It tastes chocolatey. This whole trip came without us even thinking about what we were going to experience
Yeah.
here. It was just
We came for one thing and we left with so much more.
many things.
So much more.
The people we've met, the things that we've seen, it was Jesus. I can't explain, but all I could say is that we will definitely be coming back, and we will be coming back to continue promoting this beautiful state, these beautiful people, and everything that they do. Because everything what I brought out of this was everything that they create or do is passion.
But I also want to touch upon the fact that we are so in awe, and so I've come to appreciate Mexico a little different, even though I've been coming, like I said, since I was
we're
little.
Mexican.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
now we actually know what real Mexico is. This will definitely open up your eyes. It opened up our eyes, and
yeah,
I think we're tied to this place forever.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say as well. It's now we have a direct link to the people, to the food, to the culture. That's something that we are always going to enjoy from now on and appreciate for personally, and now, God willing, professionally as well.
Like Danny and Sandra said, this place, and what Oaxaca became for them especially, is a bond that will never be broken nor forgotten. They're tied to this place, not only professionally, but personally as well. This place became extra special. It was Emma's first trip, Sandra's 25th birthday. It was a place where they got engaged. The place that made them fall in love with Mexico all over again. And after all, it was a place where Emma Luna began.